Well, it's good YouTube. Today I shall be showcasing my D series Luard deck profile that I managed to come first over at my 20 plus players locals, which is majority of the participants were Shuno and Luard as it was the release day and everyone's hyped about them. Overall I'm pretty happy with the performance in the deck, so let's get into it. Let's go over it. So we got our starter, Drake Prince Root, just go second, draw a card, generic stuff. Grade 1, Ride, you gain the Luard Crest. Then we have the Luard Crest, which is just the same as the other strides, or the stride crest, but its special ability is the turn you stride for free, which pretty much Luard's cost as you stride for free. You can choose a crit from your drop and put it to the bottom of the deck. Just lets you recycle those crits for like later game. You can just hit more triggers as your deck gets spinner. And then we have, we get the focus, Drag Wizard Lifefall. When voted upon by a graded for Lord, naming soul lost and draw cards, you get some draw power. Then Ritual Free. When you're graded for Lord and its card name is placed, discard a card in and call us the R. Not too bad, bit of draw power. The second skill is mainly we're using it for. It's pretty much just a worse maple, but sometimes it comes up when you want to go into drag stride and you need more ritual units on board, so that's alright. And then we have the main man himself, Luard. Just ritual free ride phase, 2 normal units from drop, bottom of the deck, stride for free. Pretty good. Also just we noted it says at the beginning, so the turn you ride it, you can't do it if you can't stride first, so you still need to stride forward when you go when you get to stride first. And when you unit stride CB1, choose a Vanguard, sack it, search your grade 1's less cards, and call them the shuffle your deck. Which old Luard, you know, new art, pretty cool. I'll move on to the grade 3s. Run 3 more copies of Luard, because you need stride forward in the deck. And also you can use them for the special costs on drag striding, so you get the guard quant. Then we play 3 with this man. Get the focus. Solemn Clout Dragon, just ritual free. He gets plus 10k, GB2. So he's a 23k beat stick. And a lot of things now just call ritual units. Doesn't matter what their grade is. So he actually comes in pretty handy a lot of times, so that 23k beat stick. And then once discarded, we're paying for the cost of stride. Draw a card, so very good value. And I run 3 of them because you still need to have stride fodder for when you go first as well. Otherwise, you know, I'd bump it down to 2, but just to make sure you can pay the cost when you stride, you know, before you get access to Luard's ability. Then moving on, we'll have 1 extra copy of Lifefall, same one from the Riot deck. We just run this in case something happens to the one from our Riot deck, like it's bound by, for example, by like a Gan Diva or something. Just gets rid of it, so you have a second one in circulation. Now this should, personal preference, but yeah, it should be a Maple, because I think Maple is just better in all situations. The one the ride line just stay, but if you have a Maple, it should definitely go over this because it's just better in the main deck over it. Then you have access to Lifefall and Maple, and then you can just call stuff back for free and Luard skill and build a board. And then moving forward, we run a Place of Morfessa, probably one of the best cards in the deck. Get the focus. Drop, this gets -1 grade, the drop zone counts as grade 1 towards your ritual, which is very nice. Then ritual free. When it attacks, it gets 5k if you have a Luard Crest, and then if you're using as 2 more face-up cards, you can't use this going for like your first stride turn, you need to wait to your second one. CB1, search your deck for up to 1 kind of ritualist card name, different from the unit called R, and shuffle your deck, so just a multi-attack enabler. You can't spam like more faster, so that's why the wording's there, right? Always that'd be insane. And then the 5k actually comes up a lot too in the early game too, because so many people playing the stride decks is going to be grade 2 game just about every way. Is that 5k really helps for like early game and stuff, pushing numbers so they get defensive or getting through shield to win the grade 2 game, so you can stride first, or just winning the early game pretty much wins you the game. Because whoever gets to stride first gets a lot more impact and power. But yeah, with that pretty good. Couple utilities for it, very nice. Then moving to grade 1s, this is the biggest stack. So you run 3 as res, just the PG, 2 or less, this card for free. Then we play a copy of Sanctitude. I think it's very important to run this now, not so much in the past, but now, because there's going to be so many stride decks in the meta. It's just a free PG, and especially if you're another Luard player, they can use Drag Strider, and you can use this to counter it because it gets around the guard count, so it just shuts it down. It's very nice. And moving on to the next thing, we're on a playset of this beautiful card. I get the focus here. A little focus, there it is. Preservation Angel, ritual free. It's just a simple intercept and it gets 5k for ritual free. But as you'll see, some of these ritual cards aren't GB, so they really do help in the early game. For example, when you're doing grade 2 games and you versus another stride deck, you have to compete for that first stride, grade 3 first, whoever gives up first, then you get to stride, etc. This helps in the early game because you can rush with it into an 8k, but then also moving on, when you can't hit anymore, you can intercept with a 10k shield, so it helps you like cover your bases of attack and defense in the early game. It's very nice. Plays that. Then even in later game, there's situations where you just call it out for Ritual Stride, and just having an extra 10k shield is nice, because it's on guard circle or rear guard, so even if you just play it from your hands, a 10k shield, so very nice, very nice. Then moving on, we play a playset of Painkiller Angels, which essentially just, you don't use Soul in this deck for anything pretty much, except for Painkiller Angels, so you just run a place of these to dump the Soul. It's also grade 1, so it helps fuel Ritual faster. You call if you pretty much if you haven't called one in the early game, which helps a lot in the early game too, especially grade 2 game, like I keep mentioning. If you call it during your stride, you can generally just sack these two to draw 2. So sack 2 of them to draw 2 of them. And then it'll just boost the Soul Blaster and Enticing to draw a card. So in the early game, helps you push for that Ritual. In the later game, use it for draw pad. Just pretty much use it whenever you got Soul and dump your Soul for draw value. Pretty good, pretty good. Moving on, we run a playset of Drag Wizard. Place down, get the focus. Drag Wizard. Oh, come on. Sorry about this. Drag Wizard, Semi-S. And she is just ritual free. If you have a Luard crest, he gets 2k. Yet again, very good for the early game and later in the stage of the game. Or just a nice 10k booster. But in the early game, you can use it as a 10k attacker or a 10k booster. Very nice. And then going on to GB skill, one place it over during the battle, so it doesn't enable multi-attacks, but still pretty good. Place other than during the battle phase, Vanguard will load its card in, look at top 2, choose the one card, call it the R, put the rest of the model deck in any order. At the end of that turn, retire that unit called by this effect. So you can pretty much use it to deck Finn, call greater ones out, sack them, either put more towards a ritual, or just if you don't have a board or anything to call in, you just call this top 2, and for the turn you have an established board, which is very nice. Or helps you establish a board for that turn so you can actually push, and then if it's a greater one, it dies and it goes towards a ritual, so it's pretty nice. Also, deck finning is very good. And then moving forward, we run a playset of Abyssal. So here. So it's got the ability, just like the other ones from the other stride decks, you can discard if you have Luard crest, search for Luard, put it into your hand. And then its second ability, oh, sorry, not the camera there, drop ritual free. At the end of your turn, if you have a Vanguard with Luard its card name, bind to with the same name as this card, and you may counter charge one. So this is the only counter charger in the deck, so you want to make sure you plan ahead when you're going to use these two. With Luard, you need to think a couple of steps ahead going into the next turns to manage resources, because you could go for turns where it's just drag driver and you can like have a couple more fesses off that and have a bunch of multi-attacks, or not as much kind of drag strider and stuff, so you got to make sure you're looking forward to use it, because end of turn you can't just do it during the main phase, unfortunately. And you need to stack them up too, because you need 2 on your drop. So those, we'll move on to the other grade ones. We run two of this. This card is absolutely amazing, especially for the Shurinoe matchup and Prism matchup. When your Vanguard is attacked, 5th battle this turn or more, bind this, choose one of your units, and cannot be hit the later turn. So essentially, because Luard and Luard, if they get a more faster chain off Shurinoe or Prism, they like to push to 5 attacks, then you can just bind this. You can call it off Luard, or you hard draw it, you can just bind it and just PGs to the 5th attack or more. So it's very nice for just helping keep that pressure off you and just shutting down an extra attack. And moving on to this is another one-off copy. Just ritual free when it's placed, it gets 10k at the end of the turn. Then if it's retired, during your turn, if you have a Crest of Luard, you can soul charge one, choose one of your Vanguards, it gets 5. I'm only running this because, like I said before, the over Lifefall, it really should be a maple, and this is the other thing that I'm running that's just pretty much just in the place of maple. These two should be maples, so if you have maples, run them. It's kind of expensive, I was just waiting for the reprint set. But until then, these are good now too, so if you don't have maples, can't afford them. It's not really a fuss, just play whatever until then. Well, then moving on to these up here. Over here, moving on to the triggers. We play 100 million OT, so just create OT is just a nicer art. It's 100 mil 2 rear guards. If you have a blue OT, play that instead, definitely. I just don't have one, so it doesn't really matter too much though, so just play whatever you got, pretty much. But this is obviously still better than the Keto one, right? We play free draws, because drawing is very nice in this deck, because our only source of draw power is essentially Painkiller Angel. That's about it, yeah. And you actually triple drive. And then we play 8 critical triggers. Move to soul one doesn't really matter, just because you kill people faster, crits are up here, right? And moving on to the heals, I made some choices here. From the normal heals, I run one of the anti-multi-attack heal. Because when Shiranui dominates, you can just make them attack multiple times. Or sometimes you risk things, especially in Shiranui again too. Main reason I run this, because they have multi-attacking rear guards too, so when they restand, you can just get a huge shield value out of this to help mitigate that. It gets an extra 15k shield if the same unit's attacked twice that turn, so it really helps slow it down. Well, if you draw the time, of course. And then I run 3 of this heal. Get up here. Essentially, this heal gets an extra 10k shield as long as your grade of your Vanguard is lower than your opponent's. And so it helps in the early grade 2 game, your opponent's to ride up first, etc. Pretty much as long as they're higher grade. And then if you're versing a stride deck, it's just a nice 20k shield, which is going to be a lot of, so that's why I mainly opted to play these heals and the other heal. Because I knew there'd be a ton of stride decks, as these some of the most anticipated decks to come out in ages, and they've been running amok in Japan, so these help a lot, because they go to grade 3, you're on grade 3. I'm sorry, they go to grade 4, you're on grade 3, and so these are always just 20k shields. And the early game, especially against other decks that'll try and rush you and still ride to grade 3 while you're a lower grade, them just 20k shield in the early game to help you survive to stride. It's very, very nice. So that's for the triggers, moving on. And this is pretty much the end of it, just the stride zone. You get to run 2 cards, because that's all we've got in standard so far. Playset of Dragheart Luard, so yeah, pretty much max out because of that. If I can get him to, there he is. Essentially, he's just ritual free with this attack. CB1, 20 card face up user, switch up to 1 unit with ritual as card name called Shuffle the deck. So yeah, it's not even grade 1s anymore, it's anything with ritual. So if you have a bunch of open counterblasts, you can call Morfessa, he's just a multi-attacker, but then you call into Morfessa, then Morfessa can multi-attack again, going turns forward. So if you pre-plan, like I said before, especially with this layout, you have a bunch of counterblasts open for a turn, drag shows are going to hit, or if you see they have Sanctitude, you just go for this and you go with multiple Morfessas and you just stack up a bunch of attacks. Very nice. So multi-attack Stride, the one you go first. And then the big boss man himself, which doesn't come up as much because, yeah, you need to commit quite a lot to this guy, but he's still very nice. So bring him up. And then this is Ritual 7. When this unit attacks, you have 5 more units with Ritual on its guy. Playing that battle, this unit gets 10k and crit retire 2, discard a grade 3 of Luard. This is +1 drive, and your opponent cannot call grade 1s or greater to G. So you use this guy to pretty much end the game. So if you can line up, a lot of times just go drag drive, because if you see they have Sanctitude, you don't have a lot of resources. Like I said, it's got quite a hefty cost to set up, because you need to have a full board with Ritual, and then you also need to retire 2 and have the Luard in your name. So you have to pre-plan for this as well too. So there's some kind of little pre-plans you have to plan going forward. But if you see your opponent has Sanctitude and they're holding it, there's no reason to go on this and waste all your stuff. So just drag, driver, and multi-attack. But that's pretty much it. I think the deck performs pretty good overall. Yeah, so just if you have Maples, switch those 2 cards I showed for Maples and switch the 100 ml tier to blue. But if not, works perfectly fine. They're not like 100% essential, because you only hit like an OT every now and then anyway, but obviously the better Maples would be nice. But don't stress if you don't have them. Especially with reprints coming next month, you'll be able to get them. That's pretty much it for now. Thank you guys for watching. If you liked, please leave a like and subscribe, and I'll catch you next time. Later.